Before she left the town where she had stopped, she decided to make one more stop to refuel her car. She wanted to make sure she was prepared to continue her journey, and she didn't want to make any more stops after that unless she absolutely had to. She came to a filling station and she pulled her car in at one of the pumps, and then she got out of the car. At that very moment, she experienced a feeling like she was being watched. As she glanced around, she spotted the person who was observing her closely. It was him, the young man, and she could tell that he knew that something was going on. He glanced around before he made his way over to where she was. At first, he didn't say anything as he studied her face. She wasn't sure whether she should say anything. The young man grabbed the nozzle and started to refuel the car. "I know who you are," the young man said. She gasped as she looked into his eyes. "What are you doing here?" the young man asked. "I'm refueling my car," she said. "No, you know what I mean. Why are you here?" the young man asked. "Isn't it obvious?" she said. "I know that you turned back. I want to know why," the young man said. "I was coming back for you." "I wasn't expecting to see you here," she said. "Why?" the young man asked. "Because I was worried about you," she said. "But I told you to never come back. Did I not?" the young man said. "Yes, you did," she said. "Why didn't you listen to me?" the young man asked. "I couldn't just leave you," she said. "I told you not to worry about me," the young man said. "I'm sorry, but I couldn't do what you told me to do," she said. "You made a mistake by coming back here," the young man said. "But I'm not even at the place where I had last seen you. Neither of us are. We're miles away from that place, which makes me wonder what it is that you're doing," she said. The young man sighed before he responded. "I was looking for you," he said. "Why?" she asked. The young man said nothing as he removed the nozzle. "Why won't you answer me?" she asked. "Because I just realized that we've just wasted time by refueling your car," the young man said. "What do you mean?" "My car needed fuel," she said. "But you don't understand. You're going to have to leave your car behind." The young man said. "What? Why would I do that?" she asked. "Because he's looking for you. That's the reason that I'm here. I was hoping to find you before he did." The young man said. "What?" she said. "It's true, and he knows your car. The moment he spots it, he'll follow you, and he won't stop. This is why I told you to never come back. Unfortunately, I get the feeling that he will not let you go. He will pursue you, just as he did before." The young man said. "So, now what?" she asked. "We must leave this place. I'll pay for your fuel, but you're going to have to leave your car behind. We must stick together, and we have to go to where he will not find us." The young man said. "We could go to my home," she said. "Does he know where you live?" the young man asked. "No, I don't think so," she said. "Are you sure?" the young man asked. She said nothing to him as she looked at him nervously. "You have to be sure. If he knows where you live, he will come to your house," the young man said. "No," she said. "We may have to go somewhere else," the young man said. "What about my brother? Maybe he could help us," she said. "Do you really want to get him involved? Doing so would most likely put him in danger, and I wouldn't advise it. The less who are involved, the better," the young man said. "It was just a suggestion," she said. "I realize that, but I suggest that no one else gets involved. I don't want to risk putting anyone else in danger. If what I've been hearing is true, and I suspect that it is, otherwise we wouldn't be in this situation, then the best thing for your brother would be to keep him out of this, because my father would have no qualms about murdering him if he felt he was getting in the way. Anymore, I'd have to wonder whether he would kill me in order to get to you," the young man said. "Would he?" she asked. "I'm not certain. That's the reason I want to do everything in my power to keep you safe. And I don't want anyone else to get mixed up in this. I have to put a stop to whatever it is he's been doing," the young man said.